everybody. It's your boy, Mr. Dan Banks, aka DJ Fine, CEO of GTU. We are Jersey Magazine and Jersey Diamonds, and I have here with me the pleasure, this big old wonderful group, Talentonedge in the building. Talentonedge is in the building. I mean, these guys are amazing. You have some crazy vibes. We might have to show y'all some bloopers at the end because it's amazing vibes. These are such talented individuals. From my right to their left, I mean, all over the place. They've been all over. They've been on ABC, New York Weekly. They've been on Fox. I mean, where have they not been? Now, they're on We Are Jersey Magazine.
We are here.
Yes. Welcome, welcome. So, we're going to go down the line real quick. Introduce yourselves. So, we're going to start with you. Go ahead.
Shayla.
Hi, my name is River. I'm 28 years old. I'm from the Dominican Republic. VR in the house.
My name is Danny Diamonds. I'm 27, I'm from Jersey, Brooklyn, and I'm just living for the tri-state area.
My name is Stanley M. I'm Dominican, 27 years old, model, actor. Have been doing this like for a long time already. And hey, I'm here in Jersey Magazine.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
My name is Claricol, I'm 21 and I'm Dominican and I'm a model.
Hey, Talentonedge. So as you heard already, Talentonedge, they have a bunch of different talents. They got a bunch of different aspects in life that they're doing. But, I mean, as you know in this game, they're all entrepreneurs.
We are.
Everyone's an entrepreneur. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I guess we should go, we're going to start with you, and then we'll go back down, and then we'll go. But you gotta keep going.
Okay,
yeah. So, you're a model, right? Model 21, and obviously being a model is an entrepreneur lifestyle. Tell me about what it's like getting into this model game. Has there been any early challenges for you, or has it been just a lot of just hype? And is the hype, does it match to what
Honestly,
you see?
I'm gonna say it's been a little bit challenging because the world that we live in is by acceptance. So not everybody probably will accept my content, but they would accept anything that would content like nudity or anything that's extra, right? So I feel like it is a little bit hard because some people give clout to the wrong people, you understand? So it will be hard for me to like actually expand when there's somebody that like let's say I don't talk about other people's body, but like if they have their body done, they give them the image instead of giving it to me, because they're considered perfect plus.
I like that.
While I have like roles and stuff like that, that's not perfect. So it does makes it a little bit uncomfortable for me to get out there because it makes it seem like they pick the perfect people. So it is challenging, but I do have my my time where things get easy and people want to book me and stuff. So
Right. Check it out, you already know. Now, moving on to you, so DR, from DR, right? Originally from DR?
Yeah, of course.
So you moved over here from DR?
Yeah, I came here when I was 7 years old.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like in second grade, way before 9/11.
Wow. Okay, that's good. So you know.
Hey, at least I consider I was part of history.
That's right.
Before I started living here. Yeah, I'm 27 years old. I'm Dominican. Been doing this. Well, I started acting actually first when I was in sixth grade. Sorry, when I was 11 years old. And since then, it's been a journey. Then after a while, I started modeling with our official photographer, which is Mana NYC, and that was how I met Sha.
Yeah, right. Shout background.
And then he introduced me into the modeling. Then after that, I joined a beauty pageant as well, which was where I met River, and then it has been going on there and there. But going back to the question that you actually asked, Clary, it is a little bit challenging, though, especially for me because I'm not 6 foot tall, 6'2", like the other models. So when I go to certain auditions, they'll be like, hey, you have a good walk, your face, whatever, but you're not tall enough, so we can, even though the industry is kind of changing, but it's not changing. It's not changing because we're not seeing the change. We're not seeing like petite models like in big runways still. We don't see that happening. They can say that the industry is actually changing,
But
I'm still seeing the same thing over and over. Yeah, change, but just it's everything the same, you know?
And overall as a group, you can answer this real quick and then we're gonna go to you. Why do you guys feel like the industry is slow when it comes to this change? In the sense of like society has this way of being stuck on certain things, right? So whatever's trending, whatever's hot, but it stays on it for like 2-3 years, and then it's like, then the movement starts to move into something else, but it has to be like something so significant to happen for it to be like, okay, now we accept this type of modeling, where before that was shunned. Why do you guys think that is?
I honestly believe inclusion in the public sense, like inclusion for us is great because that means it opens up doors for people of all shapes, size, colors. Even indigenous people now are becoming very on point. Muslims, Hispanics, all different cultures by wearing hijabs or wearing traditional like Indian suits in certain photography or certain editorials. But then inclusion also is great for us, but it hinders the actual brands because originally certain brands were not made all inclusive for everyone. Sizes from 00 all the way up to 8. 8 used to be considered as 16. So when you're making it constantly or making the conversation of inclusion for everyone, you're hindering the brand because Gucci doesn't make size 16. Dior doesn't make plus size anything. So when you're taking big houses like that, big brands like that, you're now taking a market away from them because now the whole thing is inclusion. For instance, Victoria's Secret. Victoria's Secret never had plus size anything.
Right.
I used to be 300 pounds and I could never wear Victoria's Secret. Why? Because they never included people like me. They never thought about people like me. Then you have someone like Rihanna who stepped up and made I think it's a $1 billion business. Savage. And she made it all inclusive for people of every size, every color, and every shape, and she made it under $60. One bra at Victoria's Secret that doesn't fit you, or may not fit you, or doesn't include you, they want you to pay $70 for it, but Savage Fenty will have you pay $30. That's a quarter of the price, and you're including everyone, which opens up your market to everything and everyone, versus inclusion for brands like Victoria's Secret. You're closing the market.
Yeah, I agree because at the end of the day, you're telling us that everybody has to be skinny and a certain shape. There's all type of people. There's like a diversity, and we have to make everybody feel comfortable. Especially if you have a brand, you want, you know, at the end of the day, you're gonna end up winning even more money. You gotta think like more like openly wise. Because then if you stay like on the little box, you're not gonna go nowhere. You know, you only like Danny said, like only certain people is only gonna be able to buy from you, and then you're losing at the end of the day for being ignorant in a way and having that and being in that state of mind.
And I was gonna say that's what makes a lot of other girls and people in general feel insecure because they feel like they have to look like that image or they have to be that image. So like me, when I said that I wanted to be a model, I was like, oh, I need to lose weight because I have the face, but I have to lose weight. But then I was like, I don't need to lose weight because if there's other girls like me, everybody tells me I'm pretty every day. Every day tell me I'm pretty. It's because it's true. So I'm pretty, so I'm gonna be a model, and I'm gonna make other females feel like they don't have to be skinny to be pretty. Because if you have the face and you have the personality, and I even have the face, if you have the personality, that's all you need.
It's the confidence.
It's a confidence.
What's wrong with being confident? I have a personal experience. When I was in Taiwan, I lived there for a year, and I used to model there. Like there's where my uniqueness would show. Like people book me like basically every week.
Right.
So I do have an experience with the Italian brand. So it's like the private runway for people who would spend like crazy money. Like we can say like 10K in the code, like crazy, insane. So there, when they booked me, I was there. Like I know my runway, everything. So they were speaking in Chinese, saying like, why do you hire a black people like that? There was an Asian that they were looking for a Caucasian guy.
Right.
So what they didn't know, at that time I was like learning Chinese for 6 months, so I was able to understand. So what they were saying, like, and there I was like shocked because it was my first experience, like the racism, and like there, like, and then they were saying like, no, like, look, now you see the big runways, they do have black people's skin there. This is what's up right now, and I'm telling you back to 2014. So you know, like 6 years ago. And you know, at the moment I was like shocked, but then you know I do the best of myself, and I did my own way and everything. but what's like my first experience with racism being there, in saying that, I'm saying like, why you say it's too slow, for example, now with Black Lives Matter show like the new industry, like how big we are and how wide.
Right.
Exactly, and then
Not there yet though, but
we are not, but we're
making an impact. Yeah,
exactly.
And you actually touched on something good, like the fact of the type of impact that's being made with the Black Lives Matter. But it's interesting how they just put me on game. I didn't even know it could happen in this type of an industry where you do experience something like even racism in the runway. You know, obviously we see the discrimination and the insecurities of like the petite in the bodies. That's what we basically cater to, right? That's what society makes you feel like you gotta look like, let's say, our Kardashian, or you gotta look like one of these like supermodels, you know. But in reality, it happens even in that type of work industry. So thank you for sharing that. That's actually good. I have no idea.
Colorism is a real thing.
Yeah.
Colorism is a real thing on all
everywhere.
aspects.
It don't matter what industry.
Corporate, non-corporate, small businesses. And that's why a lot of people in millennials, Generation X, they try to gear towards small businesses, homegrown businesses. Some people are even going vegan and vegetarian,
right?
Just because of
image. It's all about
image, and like I said, colorism. A lot of industries or businesses sometimes, like Victoria's Secret, for a great example. I used to see only Caucasian, white, Italian, Polish, kind of like that era of models.
Right.
Then you had Tyra Banks that kind of like put the forefront in there.
Yeah.
Put the forefront in there. And then now you have other plus size models that are putting the forefront in there. Like there's one that I follow on Instagram. I believe her name is Melanie. She's absolutely gorgeous. And she reminds me of a unicorn. And she's great. She's pretty much a blank canvas, blonde hair, short blonde hair, great skin, beautiful body in all shapes. She's been from the highest to the lowest, and she gets booked for everything just for being who she is. And it's a great example, and I wish there was more examples like that, because people feel like they need to change or front or fake something to get ahead. Like there are people that literally book a studio that looks like a jet just to make clout, to put content, fake content on there. And people think it's real, and that's how they get booked. That's how they get booked. And it's legit. Like, people pretend like they go and they buy online on Amazon, they'll buy a Gucci bag, a fake Gucci bag, put a fucking box in there with nothing in it. And literally come out like, I just came out of Gucci.
Oh my God, thank you Gucci for sending me this gift.
Exactly. They hashtag everything. And it's all in the hashtags.
It's true,
It's all in the hashtags. It's all in what you post, the times that you post, when you post, who you post.
There you go.
And literally people live off that. And it became an influx of money. It's literally an inflation of money. It's not something that they're doing. Instagram's not doing anything extra. Snapchat's not doing anything extra. Twitter's not doing anything extra. Literally, it's the millennials, Generation X, that's literally causing all the inflation. And it's free advertisement for brands. So everyone is literally saying like, I want a model. I can be a model. I can advertise for you. Let me be your brand ambassador. And they're literally
which they're
doing
losing
all
money at the end of the day. All those brand ambassadors, they're losing, because we us have models. Every time we post, we get hit up like
all the
and you reply,
Yeah.
we have to be our ambassadors. I'd be like, hey, what does this consist of? I'm like, I just send them a free merch, or like, do I have to pay? They're like, I copy and paste. I have it on my notes. I copy and paste. I have like all the because I don't get the same answers. But no, you have to buy, and we'll give you a discount. So at the end of the day, I'll be paying you for like to model and like promote your merch. When it's supposed to be the opposite, me as a model, I'm supposed to be getting the free stuff and getting paid from not me paying So they're like, well, you gotta do a better deal. I'm like, no, I want everything free. If I don't get everything free, we're not working. Because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be working for free for you, so you could be getting rich thanks to all my followers, you know? So it makes no sense.
And that's a big thing with that, because we have to like brand ourselves out there, but at the same time, they want us to pay to brand ourselves. So it's like, okay, how does that balance out? Like, we want to brand ourselves out, but if y'all don't give us free merch or help us out to get there, how are we gonna get there?
Actually, let's touch upon that. What is it like because I have a model team too. So what is it like? And we know how models roll, but even being so deeply in the industry and also working with Talentonedge, we'll keep saying that. Free promo right there. But what is it like? Okay, so let's get to the net and grit. What is it like investing in yourself? Like this doesn't come for free necessarily. No. We're talking about the discount codes. We're talking about people trying to get you to do things for them. But what is it like investing in yourself? Like paying for all these clothes, paying for the shoes, trying to find Fashion Over this, trying to find Shein this. I just found out.
That's how I was.
ASOS, like all these H&M's, Zara, like all these different places that you guys are spending all this money. Yeah.
So we gotta invest in ourselves too, and that's the thing. So if you got a gig every week, that's every week you're spending on yourself, investing on yourself.
And it racks up.
And yeah, it does.
It's
makeup, hair,
traveling expenses, clothes, fittings, tailoring.
So when we pulling up,
Tell me about
as you can see, they pull up.
So now we're focusing now in social media, like what people say, but actually, me as personally, that being in the agency before, you need to invest in your portfolio.
Yes. There you go.
Yes. So
it's
basically,
not Instagram only.
Exactly, it's not model Instagram, and then the Scam New York, because I'm coming from the agency in Asia where they, book me and everything. I don't have to do nothing. They also have their studio. I do my pictures there. But then when I came back in 2015, I want to keep going. And the first block was like people look like me here.
Right.
I'm not coming harder.
Right.
So then I did something different. So then I was with the connection there. I got booked here as well in the agency. So then I went there to casting. I was like, you go there, you say your name, where we come from, picture, bye. Just wait for call. They don't see your personality. They don't see nothing. They just up to whatever the client wants. Like smile, do this, do that.
Modeling is not about your personality. It's more about your confidence of how you show.
Yeah.
You got to show yourself through the camera.
You got to show your personality.
You got to show yourself. That's how you got to. That's how they need you. It's through your pictures. It's like, okay, look how she looks here. Look, and it's a certain look that they look for, and that's how you stand out.
But a lot of people think that Instagram is a portfolio.
No,
it's not. Instagram is not a portfolio.
Like even though if you're married, you should have two portfolios. Your Instagram has a portfolio,
and
your own personal portfolio. Because to be honest, my Instagram is basically like a whole portfolio / catalog. Like for example, when people like reach out to me, they be like, "Oh, your Instagram is like like an online portfolio." And I'm like, yeah, that's the whole point. So it can attract the people that I need, like in my life, so it can help me level.
So adding on to that, what you post is what you attract also.
Exactly. So I go like before I used to stay on the same kind of like style, but now lately I have been like mixing it up. So some people could be like this, like more that I'm more versatile and stuff like that. But like you have to have two portfolios, online, IG, and have your personal, if you don't want to mix it up.
You guys should be able to
even though what I do,
for the web.
There we go.
Social media.
Exactly. So,
but another thing is when you modeling and stuff like that, you should have two pages: a personal page and then a modeling page.
Let me
because
tell you
when
something
you want to
about
get ratchet, you get ratchet in your personal page.
It's funny.
You can't put both in that page.
Let me tell you something. It's
because
funny.
people look at that.
No, it's funny because I was about to actually say that, but the thing is that I don't have a personal one. Like my professional.
After today, you
don't have a
personal one.
Say you want to turn it up now.
Let me tell you this. This is what I do. Yeah, my whole profile is like professional photos, like all of them from top to bottom.
It's the story.
But then in my story, I want my followers to see that I'm just a mannequin. That I also live my life. Because I have seen other models, I have seen other professional models, how having their thing professional, but in the stories they get like super down. So I'm like, so I want people to connect with me and be like, okay, he could be professional, but he also has a life. He's a human being, and they all like my viewers. They like to like everybody watching my stories like every day because every morning like I post like my morning drink. I have a mug with my phone.
He has a routine.
Like once they see the mug with my photo, a lot of people were like, "I'm cocky." I'm like, "It was actually a gift." But you know, a lot of people think I gotta get to see myself to drink from a mug for myself. No, so
right, pause what it is.
I'm confident.
I like that. Yeah.
But then, you know, like I post in my stories like my personal stuff, which is like my morning coffee. Hey, good morning, everybody. Oh, let's go to the gym session, or just finish the gym, blah blah blah. Oh, going to this photo shoot. You know, like I give them like a behind the scenes, like of like a kind of mini reality show of my life in my professional page.
Right.
No, it is like a kind of like mini reality show, like day to day. You know?
Yeah, you can do that, but what I'm saying is, it's not about that. It's just the ratchetness. Like you gotta deflate that from your page, your professional page.
Right.
Because when people look at it and they want to book you, they're not. If they see ratchetness and stuff like that, they're like, you know, love the pictures, but you're kind of crazy.
We have you know what? When it comes to that ratchetness, like, you know, yeah, well, I have a drink. Oh yeah, we put like a little, like, you know, like whatever, you know, because the fans be like, oh my God, but what is this? You know, because fans ask as well. You know, people ask. You know,
but do you feel like? And we can say it, a sense of ratchetness is a sense of self-care.
I was actually going to say something about that.
Like, go ahead.
I was going to say, actually,
go ahead,
I'm the crazy one in the group. I was going to say that, honestly, I post whatever I want on my Instagram because my personality brings a lot of attention.
Right.
So I feel like me being me is going to make me somebody.
Talentonedge as a brand want to include us, like doesn't matter where you come from, what you like, you know, like
What
you
you look
here.
like.
Exactly. And then for me, and he also give more opportunity to more people, like singers. It's not only modeling.
Creative.
It's creative.
It's a whole artistic side, like.
Yeah.
And what is it like being surrounded by creators on a regular basis? Like, I mean, your mind's supposed to be going.
It's amazing because when I'm not thinking about one thing, if I'm not thinking about it, I'm pretty sure he is.
Right.
Oh, like you should wear that. Oh no, you could put. Or like, oh no, you could change.
Like inspiration.
Yeah, it's like it's mutual.
We all
It's like a
like
connection.
a family. We be like, oh, how about you use these colors or whatever? Well, I'm gonna do this to the hair. How about you do? Or you add this other stuff to the hair? Or
You gotta see the group chat.
And you gotta see us, like we all got different stuff and we all put it together. Like, oh, I think you should use this. I think you should use that.
Like,
and what is the industry missing now with that collectiveness? Like being pretty much family oriented. Like you guys are very like close. You know what I'm saying? Very close. So what is the industry missing in the sense of that kind of a connection?
So
That's key.
Being themselves and personality.
Stop trying to feel like you gotta be accepted. If you're not yourself, you're not gonna get accepted. So stop trying to live the life of Instagram, of reality. The real life, like people die, people starve. Like there's real things going on in life. It's not I'm in a jam, I'm going to vacation. No, it's not all about that all the time.
Everybody struggles. We in real life
we succeed. We gotta struggle together. Like
and a lot of people think that we don't struggle.
We struggle.
They will DM. Oh no, because you do good because you have money. Who tells you I have money? I'm living in the projects. You see me living in the in like all the way like in downtown. Right next to like Mary Kay or
anything can happen now we are
We all come from the hood, like we all come from the hood. I'm from the Bronx. They live in the Bronx.
I live in the Bronx.
You know what I'm saying? So we all come from the hood. Yeah, we from the hood. We from the hood. We really are.
So look, also the collaboration is real. You know, like sometimes, for example, if we're together, if I do you a favor, you're expecting something back, but not. We here, we share, we promote, and
we do things without expecting,
exactly.
even for each other, because what benefits him is also going to benefit us.
Exactly.
It's going to benefit all of us.
And I feel like the industry needs to actually get back to that. The originality of the genuineness of what happens when you're giving but not expecting back, because it genuinely just kind of falls into place. And it seems like you guys fell into place on Talentonedge. So now tell me about, what is it like being on Talentonedge?
We love it. I love it.
I love it.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's all love.
Don't get me wrong.
It's crazy, but it's all love.
Every family has their, has their ups
We
and
had
downs.
Can we say like who's the first cousin, the auntie, the mama? Like,
Oh,
who's
she's
like,
the mother.
like, do we have our rules?
She's the mother.
Okay.
I'm the child.
I'm the child. Everybody knows that.
I'm the auntie.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a mix. I guess I'm a little bit of everything.
You're the stepbrother.
You know.
But Talentonedge, like going back to like one of your previous questions, if I could do it all over again and the way I did it, I would sacrifice everything I did before and do it again.
You do it again?
Me too.
Believe it or not, me modeling was an idea. It was a thought, an idea, and I expressed it to Shantae, and I was like, yo, like, I want to do modeling, because I come from, before modeling, I worked in healthcare, I still do. I worked for 3 different hospitals at the same time, and I worked through the pandemic, I worked through everything, and having a 9-to-5 is great, but it's not a creative outlet. It's something that your parents
for the rest of your life.
Yeah, it's something that your parents teach you.
Yes.
Go to school, go to college, have a job, have a 9-to-5. But you know, in this generation, it's teaching people that you don't need a 9-to-5 to be successful.
That's good.
Yeah.
And so when I discussed it with her, and I'm like, yeah, like I want to do this, and she's like, all right, let's do it. Like that's just the kind of person that she is.
Right.
Like if she tells you, like if you tell her, like, yo, I want to do this, she's like, all right, we'll find a way.
Yeah,
Let's do this.
she figures it
Yeah,
out.
if I send her-
it goes to
I'll
this
send her a
shot.
picture. I'll send her a
She
picture,
the plug,
like a
she
sample
the plug.
content. Like, oh, I want to take pictures like that. She's like, all right, let's book the studio. And I'm like, yeah,
Let's figure it out.
Yeah, she
Yo, and talking about studio, shout out to Bronze Photo Studio, which is partnered with Talentonedge and Shantae, and Svana NYC was our official photographer. So, woo!
Talentonedge started with one of us, and then I started out with Shantae.
Yeah.
And then when I started out with Shantae, she was actually doing content. She was doing the Hot Topic. The Hot Topic is also another podcast. It's a sister company of Talentonedge. And so when she did the podcast with Shayna and another couple people, they had did an interview with someone. What was his name? I forgot his name. Chrissy.
Okay.
And she had met Hector. And Hector is actually our photographer. He's absolutely amazing. Love him. Smile now, NYC. Smile now, NYC. That's my guy. He has educated me on all kinds of
Educated. Awesome.
Being a model is not only about taking beautiful pictures. Sometimes it's being educated on what kind of camera is taking the photos, what kind of lenses you're using, what kind of positions and poses and colors,
the lighting,
and contrast.
What works for you?
Exactly.
Yeah, he actually explained to us this lens is for portrait, and it goes 1,000 millimeters, and this. He gave an explanation.
He had us in the cold, explaining stuff to us. You know what? He just explained how.
Like last week at the Rucci leather, it was freezing. We was like outside. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm freezing. Not today, this is not good. Not today. He was telling us, because this is finished, but that helped us to actually deliver the photo.
And that's another thing,
that the person who like hired us wants, that and doesn't like.
And that's another thing. We sacrifice a lot. We be out in the cold,
Yeah.
half clothed,
Half naked.
making these pictures happen.
And that involves a lot of sacrifice. So who still has a 9-to-5 here? Who has pretty much a 9-to-5?
I work 2 now.
We're 10 9-to-5. So for you guys, the balance of the balance of wanting to be a creative and wanting to do that full time, but then knowing that you have certain obligations in real life, bills that granted we were prepared for this, but what were some of the things that we were taught besides like just surviving sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So now how do you balance both? I mean, for me, I would say like it could be a barrier sometimes, right? Because you want to be creative all the time, and then you have a certain responsibility at work. Then you have a certain responsibility at home, and then you have a certain responsibility for yourself. But then your 9-to-5 can sometimes fund your creative.
Yes.
So now, how do you guys for yourselves balance that?
I
I just go with the flow, I guess. It's just, it comes naturally. Because when you love doing something,
God
you
like
take it right there and you just go back to back. I do it this month. We've been doing it all weekend.
All weekend.
Oh, weekend.
Non-stop. So it's like work.
Yeah.
Figure out how we're gonna get this outfit, hair, nails, everything done. You just juggle it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but yours is harder.
If you want to make it happen, you'll make it happen.
And when you love something, it just comes naturally.
No, yeah, exactly. Like, for example, when I used to have my 9 to 5, you know? No, actually, you know when I met you, I was working full time, you know? So, for example, like me and River, we had, besides the modeling, we also was in a beauty pageant and we had work and our personal stuff. And the beauty pageant also used to come with us doing challenges almost every day. Yeah. So we had to like,
practice
we had to do like a lot of stuff every day. So it was draining, it is draining. Because we had to do a whole minute video, and you know it's not easy to make.
Rehearsals.
And then rehearsal, and then the gym, then the work, and then photo shoots. Gigs I used to come from like out of nowhere, like in boom.
Interviews.
Interviews like that, because they also used to help us with interviews as well, for like Hispanic channels, stuff like that. So it was just crazy. Plus press conference all the time, then preliminary. So it was,
It's a lot.
People think
being creative is a job.
It's not easy, but it's not easy at all.
You have to be emotionally stable.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's key.
Because me, when I first started, I started off as just taking pictures. I always wanted to do it, but I just started as taking pictures. And then I seen this girl that she models, and I had hit her up because I wanted to start doing different pictures, and I wanted her to help me to pose in and stuff like that. Pamela Holmes. So she had sent me. She was like, "Oh, can you come to this place with me? We're doing like modeling, like standing, posting, and stuff like that." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go." So I went, and we did it, and there was a designer there that was doing a fashion show, and she picked me out of the group to do a fashion show. So that's how I started my
right.
And she was like, awesome. I didn't even come there for that. I just came for the posting. And they was like, "We want you." And it was crazy because I'm an older head. I'm older than all of them.
No, but you look good.
I'm saying I'm older.
You the bill.
I was really young kids.
But you was lucky enough that you started with photos, because let me tell you something. They just threw me like to the line. It's like on the runway. Run, go, get out! Like I didn't have no experience.
Right, and I was actually gonna ask you guys about what is the self-care routine for you guys? Like in the sense of balancing all this, but then also taking time.
I need to sleep.
Yeah.
I need to sleep. If I don't sleep, I don't function.
Sleep. Skincare.
I'm always up early. I can go to sleep. Let's say like 4 a.m. and at 6 a.m. I'm like, okay, it's a brand new day. Let's go. Because I'm used to it because since I was younger. I'm probably sleepy.
But for me to sleep, or like if I have something to do now, I don't want to give everything, like I don't want to go out and drink as much, like the day before I have something, because that's show.
No, I'm going to sleep. I gotta wake up early. I can't get bags under my eyes.
Yeah, you cannot kill your body. Your body is your business.
And you gotta put masks and stuff like that.
Danny knows, because or River as well, because because they say like I'm usually like hanging out and going out, so there have been times that before like the shoot when I'm supposed to get home like resting, and I'm like, oh yeah, the bottles, where are they? Keep on with the hook or whatever.
They gonna come to a party with us.
And then on the next day you see me like, I'm whatever. I'm like tired, whatever. But then I go. But when it's time to work, I go. What I do? Whatever I have to do, cover my eye bags, done. You go and, okay, picture time, boom.
Like nothing never happened. Go home, back to sleep.
But yeah, but you know, he's about the balance. That's not a good example of balance, but you can take
I mean,
it.
a lot of sleep. It takes a lot of sleep.
I guess it goes with my sign though, that I'm a Libra, so you know, I guess I'm good at balancing things.
I think that's one thing I'll definitely say about you guys is that you guys have definitely given our fans and your own fans like a way to, an outlet to say, look, we can be ourselves. We're our own image, but we're very professional. But we also know how to have fun. Like that's the key thing. I think they need to know behind the camera.
Work hard and have fun.
Know when to be professional and when not to be.
That's key.
That's it.
And give yourself a chance. Don't be so
Yeah.
hard on yourself.
Amen.
Where
Just
you
be
think
confident
that
when
you're
you
not
think
doing
you
it.
can't.
Like you do it. You getting up to do it is doing it.
I love it.
Like
The key is confidence. If you got the confidence,
Confidence.
Yeah.
and you go about it, you're gonna do it.
I love it. Yeah. Well, look, hey guys, man, we are Jersey Magazine. We are here with Talentonedge. We have guys, tell them from this side down how they can book you, follow you guys, everything. Shout out everything real quick.
My Instagram is looking Lady Wavy. Y'all can hit me up there. Talentonedge, hit Shy. She does all my bookings. So yeah.
Here is like J River Reyes, so River like the river. And also to Talentonedge, you will see my pictures and everything there. It's the easiest way.
you can find me on This Is Dating Diamonds. You can book me through Talentonedge, talentonedge@gmail.com. You can find us everywhere.
Yeah. You put Talentonedge and we are like the whole Google.
We all go
Well, if you wanna follow me and find me, you can go to Stanley M Official. Stanley M _official. Remember, Stanley without the E. Dominican parents changing the name. But go over there and also in Talentonedge.
You can find me at _GladdyCode and you can book me through Talentonedge. Thank you.
You heard it here first, man. We are Jersey Magazine, Talentonedge.
Bye.
We are Jersey. 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 We are Jersey.